yet another game. We have CLs, Axers, Beam Destroyers, and looks like I'm playing Yub maybe? On the other side we have monitors, we have sellers, we have some more sellers. We have Flynn's cat fleet. Just to see how this goes, how this shakes out. And we're off. Out here with some monitors. Who doesn't love monitors? I bet this is literally stock, so it's not gonna have any jammers again. So we have supposed to be playing for Boxer and Common. ANS is also playing for Boxer and Common. So they'll probably pick up A too. Oh my gosh, I used to run these. These are so... the tug pairs. Oh my god, I love these. Gorgeous. But these are a bunch of SDMs. Do we have any planes out of ANS? Doesn't look like it. Nice to have the SDMs though. Not nice to have Hardley's CL Sprinter Blob. So we have missiles. So, some Nuggies. Yeah, I don't know. Beam Destroyer on every relevant cap, except the natural. No teams playing for the natural, except maybe if Flynn gets down there with their MMT. I don't know. These were really good at some point. Now with RPF being so prevalent, I don't know. Ooh, and these are fully invested BMDDs too. We've got a BLS2 for... is that damage? Find out. Blanket. See if Flynn can get through that. They have a Huntress, they have a Pinpoint. It's so funny, they're crews. What? Well, what's Duke playing? Duke said he wanted to make fun of. Duke is playing single towels. Where is it? Interesting, not even filled? What's he paying for? Weird. He didn't even fill out his soft kill slots. It's a real tough time to be a liner. We pay for like 5 billion things somewhere else. Bellbird? What are we looking at? So no one going for the A cap on the start. Let's see it. Oh, actually, there is a capper. Flynn has a lot of mag depth on these, but not as much as he could. Just gonna dive straight onto A. Flynn does have a tug pair there, so that should be able to be denied on common. Also is able to get the B capper on track. Flynn is firing. Not sure if he needed to with the 2 LN here. Also got cruise missiles going out on Duke's liners. They don't know what it is, of course, but they will find that they do not do much against such large ships. Cruise capper will die. I went T-23. Hawk's putting in a lot of work there. I'm gonna finish it off. A's going there. Flynn hopefully gets a better aspect here. With more hybrids. Even has SDMs on manned SDMs on the cappers. That's crazy. A capper probably gonna die. The Ox could do a lot of work here. Better aspect though. C Vastal is late. Yard drive monitors. Needs to kill this. Firing great first, that's good. We'll have time to cycle to HE. A capper dies to the missiles. BMD's not yet spotted on that. Flynn, of course, does not know whether there's a lot of CLs roaming low, so they're not going to shove to D immediately. Sea Capper taking some damage, but it's not dead yet. That's going to get missed. 5 Sea Capper, so we have no caps to either team. The cost of 3 sprinters. Here's Whiplash. Was that just trying to play for no? Man, HEI S1's out of Pyro. Love to see it. Alright. I don't know. So, Rail Cello, Bricks, normal Cello, gonna do pretty well at pushing these capitals around. I need a lot of capitals, though. So Command HEI? Yeah, so those skiffs can kill the Beecapper. Oh, it has a Pavis. Maybe. Maybe kill the Beecapper. No DD's getting threatened yet. Yub out on Flynn's DD, or Flynn's tug pair here. Goodness. Probably not really engaged here, just shooting at the monitors. I'm even gonna start to do some damage. Along with the capitals, I think Bastel really needs to mask from this fight here. Which they are starting to do, not really. Need to get out of there. Beecappers getting threatened with command. Oh, they have S1s. That's funny. Pavis, unfortunately. Instead of Arc here, I think. Just 2 command HEI is not going to be able to stop the Beecap. And then Duke is also rotating mid to help with Hardly. Oh, and what was the beam looking at here that the shuttle was able to get there? They've revealed that beam. Tug pair is spotted high. A little high behind the D point. A beam DD still unperturbed. Lose a basic on Flynn's soft kill item. Didn't see how that happened. Probably a missile. LRT, nice pick out on the beam destroyer. Duke's other liner is going to be able to angle for that, and then eventually push around to the D point. It's only one layer of beam DD he has to crack. Nothing on Dagger to worry about. MMT is going. Do they know? It doesn't really know about this DD. Flynn now has spotted it. Do we have AMMs or anything to be able to? No. So Flynn should be able to get a pretty good pickup on this. In range of each other? No. It's funny, these, LRT gets taken out by the BB. That is a pretty good pickup for NS. Though not a ton of things benefiting from jamming here. And a lot of backup LRTs. Took some damage, probably from some missiles. This one, the tug pair is high. Probably missiles. Ambient, one of their Axford's having a really tough time getting caught in the crossfire between the 450 LN and the Real Cello going bow to stern, as well as a single gun Cello. Vessel's monitor blob has had one monitor bruised, otherwise not much happened. Flynn is backed up from the beam DD. They're scared of that. They might try and pick up their jamming escort. Try and round that corner one more time. Still only a 2-point advantage for ANS. By ANS, I mean OSB. It's not have a good enough track to fire these. I do not think they will hit. If they even have enough range. Yeah. Hardly's diving on the A point, gonna be able to sweep aside Flynn's cappers and take that point. We can also try and pick up E, which is gonna be pretty unguarded. We've got Duke's LN here, but if they go around low, stay wide on that peak. Should probably be able to sneak one of their sprinters onto it. But, losing an Axford here is unfortunate. Are we going to be able to get a beam into this LN? Not anytime soon. Maybe one day. Capper's rising. Probably going to take a crack at the C point. They don't necessarily know there's a beam DD there, but they could definitely assume. Flynn does manage to tuck this tugboat behind the A cap. That's really good. So Hardly has two, fine, like standard CLs, double blanket, Sarissa Aurora. Oh, don't die to craft. Set up a lot of craft here today. Getting more fire up from B onto the Axford. Gonna die soon. ANS manages to tie the score. Now we're finally on some normal point bleed. Monitor's also rising. They are pointing at the C cap. What is Pyro up to? Pyro's hanging around. I think we need to find something better to do than just shoot these solos. Because this is like we know that there's a liner down here. Like probably need to find a way to re-engage outside of the line of fire of the rails. Flynn unspotted, hiding behind A, so if they time it right, I don't know. With the beam, it's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough. Their Axford has managed to retreat behind the rock, completely fresh. Also has SDMs. Cruise missiles coming out of Spy Eye, trying to hit Vastal a little bit. Capper. So Beam is going to have to train on the Capper, which means they won't be able to point at Vastal. Could be pretty important. They do have jamming, right? Yeah. One jammer? Probably two jammers. Maybe I was blind. UDD will have to point at the C point, which means they can't point at Vastal, which means Vastal should probably push now. Fortunately, a little disjointed there, so this BMDD will have time to repoint at the monitors if they decide to push up. At least the monitors know there's a beam there now. Flynn hiding in one of the craters below Alpha. Probably not going to get spotted. Maybe. Maybe. Hardly is diving for the Echo Point. Is Duke repositioning for it? Not yet. Still having a good time with this V high engagement. Vastal's also thinking about diving onto these maybe someday. Currently getting occupied by the Axford and BB. Axford is jumping on the B point. It's just a damage race between an Axford and an LN. The Axford wins that. If it isn't plasma, beam going out on this line ship. Probably gonna structure break it soon. Only, well, the two CICs both redded right now, so completely stunned a lamp. Spy doesn't know it, but they can absolutely get another engagement going. These are command only, so if they're able to jam out the pinpoint, they might be able to. They need to turn off radar to break that. Maybe not even. Hardly's catching Duke here, not pointed, though they're going to be rotated soon. Yeah, Hardly's like putting into a lot of stuff. These S2s from these MMTs will be pretty devastating. The monitors drop, that'll be bad. Just getting the last beam out as these command come in and do very little damage. Wild. I know, right? I think like two of those claw. Let's see. One. It's 2 hits, 2 clonked, I think. Can't wait for that fix. So now, Boxer is a lot more takeable. Now Pyrope is enjoying being bound onto rails. This is gonna start really adding up. They can't continue this, like, high engagement. Hardly is having some fun with the Axford. Not really critically damaged yet, and they are putting a lot of hurt on it. Ichi shaped. Interesting. Do these? No. Interesting. But Duke of Stars is going to lose this damage race. CL's put out a lot of DPS. Especially when they can't see them very well. It's Axford that's diving on the B point has stopped diving. I think they maybe didn't realize how badly this thing was killed. STD is going to be able to restore up. Flynn's diving around. They have no HEI left on the dagger side pair. By dagger side, I mean B. Yeah, ANS is going to be able to grab this echo point for a little bit. These will get hard killed. Swap fire off the liner. That's really dangerous. Now we're going back onto it, looks like. Really need to focus on damage racing this line ship because it is coming in. Also, the monitors are dropping, so we really need to work on occluding here. And OSP gets A. Do we have the Beam Destroyer dropping? We do. Not pointed super well and not positioned super well to cover that point. So this will be an OSP A cap. Yeah, hardly. Not taking a ton of damage from the bombshell quite yet. Only hitting one of these sprinters on the outside. Duke is dying, though. That is always lovely to see. Always love to see 450 LNs die. Not sure why he's winning this so hard. Maybe Duke was shot with something that I missed. Music is now pivoting from their engagement with the... So the Capitals need to be using this opportunity to bully these guys or take position or something. They haven't done that. We have one monitor staying around the C point. They see it. We have to... Okay, Flynn. Does Flynn have missiles? Flynn does have missiles. Flynn is launching. The beam bears. These will not matter, though. Looks like it will. It's probably not even on track. Still on track. These missiles are no longer guided, though, so that should be okay. The kneecap hardly is turning from green to red. They're gonna lose this entire thing. The monitors are gonna die on it. Still no movement on C. They're really... I guess... Well, so they should see that the Ocello is dropped. And, you know, if there's a rail cello up here, okay. You can have your BMDD get railed a little bit. Try and take it. Ellen on Boxer. Getting pretty roughed up. XP still has it, though. And they need to translate their frontline advantage they're gaining into caps. The Destroyer's going to take the A cap now, so it's going to go back to 2-2. So ANS is going to be out of a 3K soon. Yeah, I think trying to leave, maybe formation issues, maybe, yeah, a lot of thruster damage, so very difficult for the CLs to try and get away. In their parting shots, they will kill another one of Flynn's groups. Decap's also going to get retaken by ANS as the Mark 61-62 shuttle asserts its dominance. This tugboat is alive on A for the grace of God. Yeah, this Beam Destroyer does need to get a move on. I'm not going to have a ton of time while these monitors might even start shooting it already. Duke goes to the ANS. Duke being as scary as all get out. Ambient's pointed towards them and not taking the point, so I guess they don't appreciate how much damage they have taken. You can face check liners, like, much of Nebulous is defined by when you can face check the liner. Got HEI, S1s, killing Flynn's, offset, shuttle, which is very cute. Duke still has an LN over here somehow. It's incredible. Thought they were dead a while ago. Well, they will be dead soon. Yeah, the battleship really needs to take map position here. Like, they know that the entire OSP front line is diving on Echo. Should be schmoving over there. Capper also gets intercepted before it goes to A, and Beam Destroyer is gonna be hanging back. But Anus is gonna get a 4-cap very briefly. Is Duke gonna peek out for this? He has the T20s. He can probably deny it. Is this Beam? Nope. Beam's gonna have to peek fully. He's turning his main engine on. Maybe it has Reedford, so they should be able to rip him a new one very quickly. It's whether they're able to get this Capper. It's an Ox. Need to start dodging. That monitors now traveling to A. Kind of. Anywhere fast. Now C-Cap goes in favor of NS. Fast'll still sharking around with their single T-30. Trying to duel that beam. B-Capper gonna survive to take the cap. BMDD is rising. Ambient is also opening up on this LM. Duke will be down to 0 ships quite shortly. It's going to be just down to Nozick's 2 Ocellos and the monitors. Right now we have 2 ANS capitals left. We have pretty solid ANS position. And most importantly, the beams were not taken out, so any dive onto a capital with monitors is going to be intercepted by one of those beam destroyers. Hardly manages to get out on Echo, as the monitors didn't dive as much as they could have. Luke peeks back into cover with 0 restores, 3 guns, and a dream. One drive. Yeah, that jury rig reactor is so tanky. We have one monitor getting split off to A. They have the point. I guess they just want to make sure they keep it. They have seen something get beamed over here, so no. Maybe they're just slow processing the loss. This other ship gonna get murdered by this Goncello. Still nothing taking Echo. It's fast moving over there now. Yeah. Hardly got themselves killed, but they pulled the entirety of the OSP front line back with it. And because they pulled the entire OSP backline or front line back, then Anus just took the caps. Power up is fine. I think they could have been getting shots on these descending capitals sooner, but it doesn't really matter because OSP is kind of out of gas. Trying his darndest to line of sight. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Fastel's getting chased down by the beam destroyer. It's pretty funny. Not gonna have many thrusters to run with pretty soon. We got a range? Maybe. No, we're just not be shorted. Echo gets taken, maybe, eventually. Duke fighting with 2 guns now. The Axford has completely moved on to the B point.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Now the rail cello is going to be under the guns of the battleship. Battleship gets to have its revenge. Line ship gets to die. As we close out this match, I don't know what we learned. Capital good. Kind of hard to generate engagements for monitors on Bloodwind. I think somebody should have pushed low, like with their entire fleet. I think that'd be pretty cool. Doesn't, make sure you don't get into this high standoff high. So they had since they had the rail silo, they really should have had a good time fighting on the sea point. We saw that with Ambient's
The
Axford being
enemy
killed.
secured Zone Eclipse.
The odd thing there is then, SP was not able to really translate that into any kind of caps. Not able to dislodge those destroyers. Beam gonna finish off Duke soon. ANS 50 points up on a 3 cap. The one monitor on C has not been able to retake the C point. Pushing around, just ringing around the rosy. I think Vast is pause firing here. Yep, trying to get that beam destroyer. This one monitor was able to get out of range just in time. So the cap stays OSP for now. One of Flynn's last shuttles and Vastal. We're going to go on to the D point. They will take that until. No, they're just going to take that. This Mark 61 Corvette is nothing next to the might of the T-30. We've got FBUs going out on this LRT. Maybe they get the DC team. No, maybe not. With some Command S1s. Duke still alive for some reason, because they're a line ship. It's a front stack, a gun, and a dream. Still combat capable, by the way. Of course they are.
We are contesting Zone Dagger.
This monitor gets beamed on C, and I think. Yeah. OSB is going to get D eventually, but they're maybe short on combat assets. Axford's going to be able to get line of sight on Dagger soon as well. Now that Flynn's shuttle is taken care of. Ichi just goes right through that. Marcelo dying. Because I guess why not? Power up looks like they're diving on the Echo Point.
The enemy is securing Zone Dagger.
Look at that. RDC, even an RDC in a Rosella. Guess it can fight for a little bit. That one. The beauty and majesty of about taking a solo. Decapper's gonna die soon. Means it's gonna come down to the Axford. And Ambient looks like they want to. What are they shooting? Oh, they're still worried about the LM.
The enemy secured Zone
Duke
Dagger.
getting more value in this last 10 minutes of being almost dead than they did while being alive. Got finally the LN peeking a beam destroyer, gonna get finished off. Axford moving away. Now they're looking to shoot the decapper. Other Axford's probably gonna get shot at here. Is this combat capable? No. Beam destroyer on A is on LRT. Vastal could get some damage on this. If it doesn't get jammed out, which it should. Well, it is within jamming range. They managed to get both radar sources. Solo getting put out of its misery. We can put boosteds here for... Yeah, this isn't all the module slots filled. This needs to be more eregged. Monitor on D, now getting gunned down. There's an Acello following it, but I don't think it'll survive in close range against an Axford. Solo's now bearing on with the Axford. They're both now taking each other. I'm sure something will happen in 20 minutes. Not much to say. ANS has 2 caps. ANS will get 3 caps soon. Does this DD actually lose? Oh, because of the other monitor. Wow. ANS is going to not keep Alpha, which is really funny. ANS is going to take Echo, though. This Rosello spawn restore kind of harass the battleship. Flynn's B-Capper survived, but probably not for much longer. 2D monitors are going to take a little bit to go down. Bigger problem is this Cello, which isn't moving under the D point, so be a problem for a little bit. ADD dying. It might get the Alpha. Yeah, it will. Ox needs to die. If it takes another hash, it'll do it. Which it might. No, it doesn't restores, right?
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Nina still 40 points up. Gonna take E, gonna be at a 4 cap momentarily. Therap's also getting to shoot the monitors here. Patch into the side hurts. I think Vastal will be alive for a ton more time. Solid connections. HE does work through all of those damaging components on a monitor eventually.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Yeah, this end of this game taking a little longer than it should. So
We are contesting Zone Atlas.
it's always good to see it play out.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas. We are contesting Zone Atlas. The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Maxford actually dying to the cello and hash to the side. Hash to the side, very nasty. Very nasty. Yeah, look at all this stuff that's red. A lot of that's stashed. A gap goes in favor of OSP.
The enemy secured
Anus
zone
keeps
inputs.
the 3 cap though. Not really much
The
opportunity to
enemy
change it.
secured zone
Long way to
inputs.
C cap and it's guarded. Long way to B cap, also guarded. This is really stupid. What's going on? If Ysello ever gets line of sight on the DD, they could take Boxer, but that'll happen. Astal's at the monitor, getting gunned down, trying to get the E point. Exactly what I said is happening on Boxer. Acello's gonna line up some shots on this destroyer. Maybe we'll get the B point. Completely need to completely kill the destroyer because of the changes to arming. Now, this shuttle no longer counts as armed. Got the Yub going out in the B capper. That is, Spy has been getting a lot of value with these hybrids. I will say, at least more value than I expected. Monitor gets to die slowly on E. Not too much to be surprised by there. I don't know about the DC complex being moved back here. I think you needed it to damage split with the front guns. I think you moved the mag back there so you can't get defanged. Axford having a really bad time. But yeah, ANS takes the game. More hybrids. Destroyer maybe gonna die soon. Not gonna lose some critical part of its beam infrastructure soon, but that'll be turning. Got Vastal just getting shot, dying slow-ish,
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
and they call it. Looking through some of the damage here, Axfords aren't able to get much done. Harley gets to clean up some cappers, and sensor tugs. Harold gets to shoot things. Spy gets to beam things. Luke gets to shoot not as many things.
Howdy doody.